Awesome. Okay, so Mariah Lee is joining us this evening. Mariah, I hope you are unmuted and ready to go, love.
I am unmuted.
There you are. You popped up on the screen. That's how I knew.
Yep.
So, Mariah, just like Tammy, introduce yourself. Let everyone know, where you're from. And again, you're going to share a little bit about yourself, but also your mom. Give us a snapshot into that. And then again, share where you are today.
Sure. I will try to keep it reduction sauce. Our lives are full of fun details, but yes, I'm here to talk about my experience as well as my mother's. We live in Aspen, Colorado, and I am currently living with them, so this is easy for me to do. I'll do me first because it's smaller, and then we'll go into mom, which I think is kind of the main event.
Okay, beautiful.
I was introduced to the patches by a friend of mine who has a traumatic brain injury, and he introduced them to me because my mom has a traumatic brain injury. And this is her 9th year healing from that injury. Anyway, I told him that that was very nice. What he said, what he was telling me about the patches sounded wonderful and almost like a miracle, too good to be true. And I was skeptical and I wanted to try them before putting them on my mom. We were very sensitive to what we introduced her to. So immediately and I'm 32 and my mom is 62. So, and we've been on the patches for a year and a half now. So let's see, day 3 of wearing the patches, I just had this incredible mental and emotional clarity, and that's kind of loud. And the kind of mental and emotional clarity that I really have to work at. I have to meditate every day and do a lot of other things to obtain this kind of control and peace. And it just happened. It just came to me. Day 3 of wearing the patches, and I was like, oh my God. I can't live without this. And then I kind of got the bright idea to put them on my toe. I have arthritis in my big toe. I was a figure skater. I was a limo driver. I use my right toe a lot, and arthritis is in my family. Skip my mom, I have it. When I put the patches, I use X39 and Aeon on my toe. I don't feel any pain. The swelling goes down. I was at the point where I would have constant pain in my toe, whether I was walking or not. I am now to the point where I can wear the patches and maybe take a day or 2 off, not of my choice, but if maybe shipments get lost or something. I don't have to wear the patches every day. It doesn't hurt for those couple of days, walking and driving. So my arthritis is going away, it's reducing. And even though the X39 and Aeon are incredible, and I think everybody should be on them, the energy patches are my favorite. They're life-changing. I didn't realize how used to suffering I was until I tried the patches. And then, the X39, the Aeon, I was like, oh my God, this is what it feels like to feel good. And then I tried the energy patches and I was like, oh my God, this is what it feels like to be normal. I
Wow.
woke up exhausted. By the time of 2, 3 o'clock, I was drowsy, nodding off, and just not really having energy. And I could change my diet and definitely help my adrenals out a little bit, but it wasn't like a temporary fix. While I was on those programs, I would feel better, but then as soon as I would get off, I just exhausted. The energy patches are just amazing.
I love that you mentioned I had gotten used to. I think so many people get used to their new normal. They just become accustomed in the manner in which they're living. That becomes the new normal, and it doesn't even face them anymore. And you're the perfect example of putting these patches on and going, wait a minute, I can feel better, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Amazing. Amazing. I love
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
So now we have
Um,
your mom.
yep. Now we have my
Share,
mom.
share a little bit
And
about your mom.
I think she's going to make an appearance, but as a background, she is. Do you want to just go, do you want me to
Yeah,
introduce you?
I'll just
Okay,
go.
I'm going to hand it over to my mom. So
Awesome.
here we go.
Welcome.
I'm not dressed as nice as Mariah.
That you know what? You're lovely.
Good job, Mom.
You're
However,
lovely.
I
Thank
want
you
to
for
say
sharing.
Thank you. I have had a total of 9 major brain injuries, and I have survived 15 hours of carbon monoxide poisoning. And with the last one, I've had was having multiple seizures daily. And I am an alternative person. So when I went down with the last brain injury, was a freezer door actually slammed on my head. We were on a boat and I had my head in there and it slammed. So it actually got everywhere. Brain injuries are very personal because it depends on where you hit your brain and then you act different. But I pretty much have covered everything. Don't but I so I'm alternative. Mariah started these patches, and I was all just like, oh, I can't. I'm already doing a biofeedback machine daily, and she's just like, I was not sleeping. Oh, well,
Which
this
was
is what I
why-
needed to take to get to sleep.
Which
Most
is-
people take melatonin. And you take 5 to 3 grams. I was taking under my homeo. My what is Dr. Lisa?
She's a functional medicine practitioner.
From it's a prescription. 51 milligrams was one of my chewables, and I was taking 10 of them. And then I was taking Good Night. That's another form of GABAs, SAMIs, L-theanine, melatonin, and I was taking 6 of them. And I
Wow.
was sleeping when I started this, I was sleeping between 3 and 4 hours a night. And then Mariah gave me the patches in February.
Yep, February of last
I'll
year.
never forget it because February. So then I was like I put one patch on and she's like, well, they said 2. So I do 2 patches of the night things.
Silent nights.
And I slowly but steadily and actually faster than anything has done in this injury, because I went down in 2013, I was gaining 20 minutes, another 20 minutes, another half an hour.
Yeah, so she
Now I sleep about 7 to 8 hours a night. They still want
Wow.
me to get, 8 to 10 because that's what you need to brain. But of my good night that I was taking 8, I'm taking 2. And of the melatonin, they're called SLPs. When I was taking 10 of them, I'm taking 3.
Wow. Congratulations to you.
That's just, and I kept telling her, I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know nothing. Don't tell me nothing. I don't want to get on any calls. I don't want to hear anything. Don't, I just, and then she's like, okay, mom, now you need this one. Now you need that one. Now you need this one. And so I'm taking the one back here, the one on my belly, the A's and the whatever. And I don't really notice anything like happening to me, but then I'm also taking what's that other one on my belly? Neurological. But when I don't put them on,
That's when you can feel it.
I don't function. I'm like, oh my God. I don't function at like I'm reverted. And
Right.
yeah. And then we do the energy patches too, which are kind of dangerous actually for me because I have the adrenaline. So we have a timer and I actually have to take them off around 4 o'clock.
4 to 5, or she won't sleep.
Or I do not sleep.
Well, and you're a little
the whole
sensitive in that
program on.
area. So that makes perfect sense to me that you would have to do that. So
So
Mariah,
I ran out of those energy patches and we didn't have any more. And I laid in bed for 3 days.
oh, wow. Wow. Now, Mariah, you mentioned